Thank you, everyone, very, very much for joining us today on our Q2 demo day. For those who haven't attended in the past, my name is Chris Lustrino. I'm the founder and CEO of KingsCrowd. And why we host these demo days is really to provide an opportunity for you to hear from some of the best founders raising capital in the markets right now, regardless of where they're listed, right? Something we hear from our customers all the time is that you want more opportunities to be able to interact directly with the founders, ask those pertinent questions you have about investing in these companies, and be able to have those more interpersonal interactions with the founders who are actively raising capital. And we want to create a curated experience that brings some of the best and brightest founders into the room and allows you to be able to meet them and learn more about their businesses in a firsthand account. We find that these are really, really valuable events, and hopefully it'll help you in thinking through your due diligence process and deciding whether or not you want to invest in some of these companies. We have some fantastic founders on the call today that I'm really excited to be able to highlight for all of you. And today we're also joined by our partner who's making this event free for all of you, which is Kevin Morris, who is the founder of Atlas Road. You could kind of think of Atlas Road a little bit like an investment bank for the Reg CF and Reg A plus space. And what I love about what he's doing is that he's taking some of the funding risk out of these raises by working tirelessly with the founders, some of who are on this call today, to get their deals funded. So he's helping to find some of the best founders who really want to work to make these fundraisers successful, which obviously decreases the risk of the overall fundraise and, frankly, their success over the long term. So with that, I would love to kick it off with a quick fireside chat from our partner, Kevin, at Atlas Road, and then we will hop into our pitches from Circuit City, Elf Labs, and Nuudii Systems. So Kevin, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Chris, for having me. Excited to be a part of today's webinar.
Yeah, fantastic to have you here. Always enjoy our conversations. For those who don't know you, tell us a little bit about your firm and how you support founders in this market.
Yeah, absolutely. So I spent about 8 years of my career raising capital for my own companies, primarily through Reg A and Reg CF, so equity crowdfunding, raising money from the public. And about 2 years ago, I decided to switch roles, and instead of raising money for my own companies, help other founders and CEOs raise for themselves. So my firm, we're a boutique consulting firm that sort of helps manage the end-to-end process for a founder, whether they're navigating Reg CF, Reg A, or Reg D. And think of it like quarterbacking the race. So we'll help you find the right broker, the right community, the right marketing, and set up the deal for success, but also manage the fundraise end to end.
That's awesome. So something that I like about seeing firms like yourself and others in this space is that you're committed. Founders who are committed to working with a firm like yourself are about getting their deals funded, right? And tend to have increased rigor in terms of the prep before raising. So I'd love to know a little bit more about your process for prepping founders to be able to successfully raise under Reg CF and Reg A plus.
Yeah, so there are a lot of agencies and firms out there that will partner with companies to say run ads or write the regulatory docs. We take an all-inclusive approach. So I want to learn everything about the business, from the cap table to the financials to obviously the marketing, the projections. So we really try and roll our sleeves up because we are managing and talking to all the different providers that are involved in launching a fundraise. And then we'll help you again determine the best partners in some cases, help determine the deal terms, help you with valuation, and then again try and build out a 3 to 6 month marketing calendar where we're actually executing against a plan and strategy to make the raise as successful as possible.
I love that. And I kind of think of that almost as like the underwriting process. Like you're putting all the pieces in place, thinking about the right valuation, thinking about where you can market this deal, who the right audience is for the deal, right? Those are all the things that a traditional investment banker are going to do. And we need more players like you in our space. Again, from my perspective, if we're really going to make sure founders are being successful in these fundraises. So I do believe that's so important. One of the deals we have on the call today is Circuit City, which I think is kind of cool. I almost look at it as like a first look, right, at a deal that is probably considering doing a CF. Right now is doing a Reg D 506C, so accredited only on Republic, but may become available to the general public in the future. So a couple of things there. One, if you hear the Circuit City pitch today and you're not accredited, but are interested, please write in and let us know that you're interested in the deal. That will help inform kind of their future fundraising plans. But this is also something we're seeing more deals do, which is they do a 506C and then they roll into a CF down the road. Talk to me about that strategy and why you think it's, maybe a good strategy for getting a campaign launched.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, getting a 506c up has a lot less cost and regulatory hurdles. You don't have to have an audit necessarily. You're not getting a full review by a broker. You're not subject to any reporting requirements with the SEC. That's okay, because that's a lot of companies aren't necessarily sure they want to go all in on the crowdfunding process. And doing a 506c, which is essentially a public accredited raise, is a great stepping stone. Plus, you also get to hone your pitch, and you get to sort of experience what it's like to pitch to the crowd without sort of incurring all of those costs. And so I think for Circuit City, and I'm excited to hear Ronnie's pitch today, it's a great way for him to dip his toes into the crowdfunding experience.
Love it. That's awesome. Well, last question for you here before we kick off the pitches. If people are interested in learning more about what you do and how they could potentially work with you, where should they go? What should they do?
Yeah, so I know Sam, our moderator, posted my website in the chat, so you can go to atlas-rd.com. You can also email me personally at kevin@atlas-rd.com. But again, Chris, thanks for having me. Excited to hear these pitches, and always good to participate and do things with KingsCrowd.
Terrific. Well, with that, let's kick it off with our first pitch. Ronnie, you are up.
Hey guys, how are you? Thank you for having me, Chris. Could you hear me?
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Good to go, Ronnie.
Yeah, I'm going to share my screen. Here we go. Excellent. So, hi, my name is Ronny Shmoel, and I've been a serial entrepreneur for over 22 years. And my experience has been in building, growing, and scaling e-commerce and tech companies in this space. Prior to Circuit City, my previous company became one of the top 500 e-commerce companies in the US. I've had 4 previous exits in the e-commerce space before acquiring and relaunching the famous Circuit City brand. And today, we're going to be presenting a one-of-a-kind opportunity. I'm going to show you how Circuit City is going to disrupt the massive $1 trillion consumer electronics industry. In 2018, we relaunched Circuit City and rebranded it as an AI technology platform that enhances the shopping experience and gives consumers a reason to buy, a better reason to buy. We've had great success, and we have demonstrated that we can scale this business. We've had over 750,000 orders that resulted in over $140 million in revenue. We've been profitable from day one, and we are slated to bring Circuit City back to its heyday as far as the scale and girth of the company. We've assembled the company in 4 strategic revenue pillars, and I'll show you what that looks like right here. First one is e-commerce, direct to consumer, which we all understand. The second one is B2B commerce, which we actually sell to other businesses, and which really focuses on small, medium, and enterprise businesses. The third one is powered by Circuit City. I'll show you what that looks like a little bit later. And a marketplace. So think about Amazon having third-party sellers. We're actually building this on I would say it's going to be the largest consumer electronic AI platform that focuses only on this industry. And despite all our shopping options, we still struggle to buy tech. We're flooded with the same products over and over in the search engines. If you go to Amazon, you search in laptops or try to just find an accessory, you have the sellers with the same products, and it's all self-service. It's all dominantly driven by self-service and reviews, relying on your own, figuring out if the review is real or not. So, we look at the market and we think we can do a better job and give customers a better shopping experience. And we've proven that. We've tested out different shopping experiences. We've actually, with our AI platform, we've curated assortments, and we're giving customers just enough. We're giving them options, but not too much. And through our AI-driven platform, we're able to also give the customers an immersive shopping experience. And I'll show you what that looks like as well. But mainly to talk about the brand is our secret sauce. Through this whole entire journey has been a great part of our success. Having the brand, really leveraging it through marketing, has resulted in 1% ad spend through e-commerce versus our revenue, which is unheard of. Again, I did this before, but never with a brand at this size. So Circuit City really has the opportunity to become one of the great brands as it was before. And through this, we've done multiple surveys showing how strong this brand really is in the market versus some other competitors out there. Talking about competitors, most of the competitors that are out there have been in business for many, many years, really just stuck in a brick and mortar model. They do have an e-commerce presence, but they're really not in the forefront. We had the opportunity to really take a brand like Circuit City, work it with a blank canvas, and really figure out where technology is going. Again, this is our revenue streams. It's broken down to 4 different business units. 3 of them we've already launched and have been successful in what we're doing. So the first one is direct consumer. We launched in 2018. B2B commerce, which we focus on, again, the small, medium businesses that are out there. There's 32 million out there in America. And if you think about that, Staples and Office Depot and now Amazon self-service are really the main options out there. The third one, which we're very excited about, is powered by Circuit City. This third pillar is a proprietary solution by us, driven by our AI platform, where we position the Circuit City brand and the correct products through our system onto another platform. So think about having a store-in-store on another site. And I'll show you what that looks like shortly. And our fourth one, which we haven't launched yet, that we're actually developing in the background, is a third-party marketplace focused on the consumer electronic industry. And this is just an example of one of our shop by room examples as being an immersive digital experience that we offer our customers. You see the way that we're looking at the market. It's really about experiences. It's not just having a product on a page, figuring it out by yourself. We really want customers to feel as if they were in a real live environment. Customers here can swap out the different products. Here as well, this is a great solution that we've really differentiated ourselves from our customers, where customers can actually shop with a live advisor. They can do it on the phone, they can do it online, and we've beta tested something magical. We've actually offered customers a device set up through Zoom. Just as the way that I'm speaking right now, you can actually speak to one of our reps and set up your new product, either a laptop, home automation, really complicated products. And we do it through consumers and for businesses. And we're actually going to scale this part of our business right now. Another part of the vision is thinking about where things are. TikTok, commerce shopping. What we're doing is we're actually partnering with influencers and third-party sellers and offer them a platform where they can actually offer products to their audience, which is an amazing thing. There is really no place like that where we can actually bring everybody together in one platform under the Circuit City brand. Another part of it, which we've seen the market and we've seen trends right now, is social commerce. It's authentic. People believe it. This is an area where we're able to hit different demographics our competitors are not hitting, like Gen Zers, millennials, where they really shop through the social media platforms. We want to bring that to our platform through tech and AI. And another part of what I wanted to show you today is a huge disruption. It's called B2B commerce. Most businesses have really procured product. I think about it in an old-fashioned way. They contact their salesperson. What we want to do is focus on this trend of B2B commerce, which is now going to allow businesses to shop online, but also offer them a solution for service. So what we're offering here is an IT SaaS solution for businesses, as if you would actually think about a subscription model like a Dropbox, but we're going to actually offer that for businesses. So besides selling the product, which you can find a lot of products everywhere, we're going to offer them that service component tying in to the purchase. This is what I was speaking about earlier. This is our third and very exciting solution of our revenue stream. Nothing like this exists in the market. It is, again, proprietary to us. We listened to other retailers out there that are in the brick and mortar space, and they said, we want to increase our revenue. We really want to get into tech because we know our customers really buy tech products, but we really don't have the brand. So we really thought about this. We took the pen and paper out, thought about it strategically for at least a couple of years to figure out how to actually go to market. And we have actually launched our first retailer, which is JCPenney. A little bit of an older brand, but JCPenney reinvented themselves as well. And there's a huge opportunity out there. We've actually spoken to now many other great companies out there in the industry that want to offer tech products but don't have the brand. And it's becoming a trend where these partnerships where, think about Sephora and Kohl's, where you have these agnostic brands that make sense for that category. Again, it's something that we are very excited about. Last but not least, I'd like to talk about our marketplace. This is a space that I've dwelled and lived in for many, many years. I have been a third-party seller on Amazon with my previous businesses, and it's not a great experience. You know, we're all competing on price. We're all competing on marketing, who spends the most dollars to come up to the top on the algorithm. You know, what we want to do, we want to offer a dedicated third-party marketplace for the consumer electronics industry. It does not, from my knowledge, it does not exist out there in the US today. And having the Circuit City banner as the platform to offer this solution really will give sellers another place to sell. And it does wonders for the business. It's a subscription model. We also share in the revenue. We don't have to stock products. It is really the way of the future of Circuit City. And why invest in Circuit City? To summarize our strong investment opportunity, we really had successful traction from day one. We're really experienced in this space. We have diversification through our 4 distinctive business pillars. And it's really hard to build a brand today, really from scratch. You know, we have this worldwide recognized brand that we launched with from day one. It's really a high scalable revenue growth business. We have a really experienced team as well behind us that have worked at the best, biggest companies, Amazon, Walmart. And we really have various paths for liquidity as well with a brand like Circuit City and where we're at right now. So I want to say, I want to end off with thank you so much for having me. Again, I'm very excited to be on today, Chris.
Outstanding. Thank you so much. Teddy, do you have a question for Ronny?
Yes, Ronny, thank you so much for the pitch. I wanted to ask if you could dive a little bit more into the margins of each of the 4 lines of businesses, and then which line of business you see kind of being the driving force long-term for Circuit City.
Great question. Let me go back up to the top just to kind of have some illustration. And direct to consumer, I mean, you know, to give out specific revenue margins, I'll give roundabout just because confidentiality information. But direct to consumer on average in our industry is roughly about 18%. That's what we strive for. You know, we have a really interesting product mix. A lot of our competitors have something called private label products, and we lived in this space for many, many years. So we have an assortment that is coupled with private label and the brands that people want. The next is B2B. B2B is a little bit higher because we offer a service component. B2B is at 28% as far as revenue versus margin. The third one is the Circuit City, powered by Circuit City. And the revenue at that business to business is also 28 to 30% we're seeing. We only have one customer that we've onboarded since we've launched, which is new. That's where we're actually seeing that marginal component. The last one, which is going to be the highest, is the marketplace. Our marketplace revenue versus profitability versus overall is close to 50%. And that's really the future of Circuit City. It's leveraging third-party sellers that don't have a brand, that have really good offerings, but really don't have a home. You know, it's really hard to drive traffic to a site if you're not known today. And this is where we see this hybrid effect of us offering specific brands and services and products and having this third-party seller platform. I hope that answered all your questions.
Yeah, that was great.
I'm happy to answer, you know.
No, that was perfect, Ronny. Thank you.
Sure.
Terrific. Ronny, thank you so very much. We will drop the link to be able to go and check out Circuit City if you're interested in investing, or let us know if you are interested, if you are non-accredited. And next up, we have David from Elf Labs.
Hey, Chris, how are you? Good to be here. Can everyone hear me okay? Chris, you're muted,
Yep.
so I'll just... Oh, good. There you go. Awesome. So great to be here with you all. I'm David Phillips, the CEO of Elf Labs. I'm very excited to share a little bit about what we're doing. We believe very strongly in our mission here at Elf Labs, so I'm going to jump right in with a screen share into our deck. So bear with me. All right. So a little bit about, so as I mentioned, Elf Labs. So we'll start with our mission. So our mission is to illuminate the world through the magic and marriage of entertainment and technology with iconic characters reinvented for all audiences. Chapter 1, In the Beginning, or how we acquired rights to some of the highest grossing characters in history. It's actually a pretty incredible story. So we acquired the original Junior Ralph children's book portfolio. This is a portfolio that dated back over 100 years, publishing world-renowned titles like Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Rapunzel, dozens of other characters. We acquired this portfolio because we wanted to claim rights to the characters and the underlying IP behind the brands. These books sold before Disney ever monetized them, and we saw an opportunity to be able to start playing in this playground if we were to acquire, the portfolio. We took the portfolio and we went to the United States Patent and Trademark Office. Needless to say, when we applied for trademarks for the characters, we were denied. We appealed, we were denied. We appealed and we were denied. It went all the way to the highest appeals court at the USPTO, where we finally overturned a decision. And when we did that, that cascaded into landmark trademark victories, well over 100 trademarks now, protecting these characters and the ability to monetize them across all verticals. Obviously a massive undertaking, because these characters generate billions of dollars a year in revenue across all verticals. The goal, chapter 2, content is king. So our goal is to take these characters and create reimagined franchises for modern audiences while still retaining the billion-dollar underlying value. Why? The entertainment industry is very saturated. Streamers like Netflix, Hulu, Paramount Plus, etc., and the cost of animation coming down. There are dozens of TV shows out there that are on season 3 and 4 and 5. And when you look at that, that's considered a success in entertainment, right? You're green lit. You got green light from the studio, season 2, season 3, season 4. But now it's a cost plus model. So you make a little bit of a margin. You can't create anything truly disruptive. And it's very difficult to really rise to the top and be ingrained in public consciousness, thereby monetizing across many verticals, not just a cost plus model streaming. How do you solve that? So enter our lab. You take characters that everybody already knows and loves, that already generate billions of dollars a year, and you create expansive new worlds, deep reimaginings, cutting-edge concepts, award-winning creative, and now you have powerful character franchises that can be done through entertainment, through many other verticals, which we're going to talk about, but people are already excited to see it and to immerse themselves in it, because it's Cinderella, Snow White, and Sleeping Beauty. So in light of that, let's introduce our first project called RoboStars. And again, we have all the trademark and copyright protections around each character franchise brand. So that's where it becomes, very powerful. Like you have a patent on the technology, so we have a trademark on the character name, on the word mark, which means nobody can copy us, not even Disney. So Robo Cinderella, Robo Rapunzel, Snow White, all their friends, they're AI-powered robots. We're exploring free will versus artificial intelligence. What does it mean to really have free will? Can artificial intelligence really be intelligent? So we're exploring fun, cutting-edge themes, but for kids. So powerful, positive concepts, giving kids, the empowerment to change their life, to have, make the right decisions. Let's jump into a quick sneak peek of the teaser. So it's just a little teaser we put together, in a prelude to the full season of the RoboStars show. Oh, you know what? I have to share with sound. Can you guys hear it? Chris?
Yep.
Rapunzel? Just to be clear, does anyone else hear that humming sound? Pinocchio?
Up here, Cinderella.
Check this out. Who's guardian of the grid now, baby? There's a bee's nest in my bun.
Wrong, Cinderella. They're nano robots.
Oh, one sugar-free pumpkin spice latte, please. Yum!
Rockets, reverse. Whoa! Huckleberry Finn strikes again.
So it's a little teaser. We're introducing a new nemesis, Huckleberry Finn. Chapter 3, distribute and merchandise our iconic IP. So the merchandising market in general for branded licensed merchandise is a $350 billion per year industry. The fairy tale princess characters currently are the top 5 producer in the entire industry. We have those characters. We have super cool reimaginings of those characters. And we have a team, actually the pedigree of our team has already done in their career over $6 billion in licensing transactions. So we're extremely excited as we populate RoboStars and bring it to market to penetrate the consumer product licensing space. But wait, there's more. My favorite part, chapter 4, let there be tech. So we have a deeply proprietary, highly patented tech stack. I'm not going to jump into every single thing here. It looks pretty advanced, from geospatial positioning to novel volumetric file formats, to compression, to temporal algorithms, etc. Let's talk about what it means practically. It's a radical next level way for fans to experience IP. Now, before I go on, why I believe in this is, as I mentioned before, it's a saturated market. How do you create the next multi-billion-dollar franchise? Characters everyone knows, and create more immersion into the IP, because then the user wants to experience everything. We have the ability through this tech stack to create interactive entertainment, immersive 3D platforms, bringing the TV show to life through online gaming and deeply immersive experiences, cloud-based rendering in real time, 90% data compression allow for a whole new experience on a normal browser website. VR and AR to the next level, bringing the characters into the room with you using geospatial positioning so that they're literally in the room with you, not just like a AR thing where it follows your face, but the character's actually there. AI-powered interactive toys, powering up our toys. Because of our compression, we can stream data to the toys where just with a regular Wi-Fi chip, the toy can come to life and participate in a conversation with the user, unique to you, because of the LLM powering up the character to talk. And now you start forging a relationship, and it's unique to each different user. That's where it gets crazy. And this is the full ecosystem at play. But instead of just looking at this, I'm going to demo it in real life for you. So I'm going to now risk through a screen share on a browser website, hoping my Wi-Fi signal works. If you all remember the city from the teaser, right? So we turned it into, it loaded right before your eyes in real time. Let me get my cursor here. A 3D world that we're literally walking through right now on a browser website. Now, here's where it gets crazy. And then loaded in real time. This is literally rendering through the cloud in real time. There's the episode playing. That's higher definition than Netflix. That's a higher pixel count officially than a Netflix stream with zero lag, perfect high fidelity. You can enter full screen on a 3D website on a browser that's rendering in real time because of our compression. Here's Robo Cinderella. If you look at the detail and the fluidity of the movement, this is as high fidelity as a Call of Duty level character on a 3D website on a browser with the episode streaming in real time. Now, I'm going to take my iPad here and all right in front of you in real time as well. I'm going to scan the QR code. And then I'm going to stop sharing my screen so you can see me a little larger. And now I'm bringing Cinderella into the room with me. Also, high quality 3D rendering. You can turn her around. She's geospatial positioned to this exact location. That means if I look away, she's still there. What that means practically is that we can send and create new immersive experiences like never before. We can have toys that are literally talking to the AR Cinderella on my iPad, to the Robo Rapunzel on the computer screen, to me as a user, all having a four-way conversation. So I think I'm over on my time, aren't I?
We are running up against it, and we have
Okay,
a bunch of questions.
I'm happy to stop there. That's the gist. It's a massive immersive experience, massive IP, but let me open it to questions.
Terrific. Leah, you want to kick us off with questions?
Yes, definitely. My video is not turning on for any reason, but in the meantime, David, that was a very impressive pitch. I love the storytelling. And we actually have very good questions in the chat. The questions are related to Disney, and I think that all of us, when we saw the characters, we're like, all right, but is this actually impacting Disney's use of some of those characters? Does it mean that Disney is a potential partner, or is it going to try to go against you because you guys are using the same characters?
Great question. Of course, one of the best questions. So this does not impact Disney's use of their current IP, like their fairy tale princess, Cinderella, Snow White, Sleeping Beauty. It does not impact that. We have some trademarks. They have some trademarks. We've been in the market building this portfolio for over 10 years now. Those cases I talked about to the highest appeals court, this whole process, it's a 10-plus-year process. So we've built latches and we built protections around our use of the characters, so that we can legally, market in the marketplace. Where it gets really exciting is the new franchises, the word marks that we own, like Zombie Cinderella and all that massive world we've built, Teen Snow White, Robo, we own those outright. So that would impact Disney or any other entertainment company from doing anything similar because we own that IP outright.
That helps a lot. Thank you. And
I'll say one more thing. Sorry, may I say one more thing? Over the 10-year process, as we've gotten our trademarks and done licensing deals here and there over the years, we've had dolls on shelf right next to Disney and major retailers, as an example. Both selling our own IP, our own product. Ours is Junior Elf, theirs is Disney. So just a little more context.
Amazing. Thank you for educating us on that. Another question is kind of related to brand dilution. So, we know there's a huge market for this IP. We know there's a huge market for Rapunzel, Cinderella, all of that, but kind of all of us are used to seeing Disney's version of these princesses. So, what the question that is being asked in the chat is, do you know of any company that already did that, kind of taking Disney's character, like, of course, they're not Disney's character, they're Junior Elf character, but we know them as Disney's character and adapting them in another way? And what's the risk to see consumer kind of being turned off by your characters because they're used to Disney's version?
So we've come to this. So two answers. One is we really have a strong creative background here. So the creative actually drives the reimagining and the concept. And the world is made of stories, right? So it's not just a concept. It's not a gimmick, zombie Snow White. It's what is that? There's a whole world. There's a heroine and there's a deep lore and mythology behind it. From our extensive focus group testing, from actual case studies in the market, like we had zombie princess dolls on shelf. At one point, we were the #1 selling doll. And we had no content and no marketing. It was just a test. This was like 8 years ago. This was before I'm building what we have today. And we were the #1 selling doll in that market at that time, next to Mattel's Barbie, Disney's Princess, etc. So we think the market is actually thirsting for deep reimagining, deeper meaning. And, this is just a thesis, but just to say it, I like to just be kind of natural. Like Inside Out 2 just came out and it broke the box office record for any movie in the history, actually, for animated movies. And it was #1. And it was finally a movie that had some depth and deep meaning behind it. And it was #1. The world's thirsting for the meaning. And I believe that's exactly what we're sitting on, let alone the technology that brings us into a whole new stratosphere that I think all the IPs are going to actually want to use our tech, even for their IP as well, eventually.
Amazing. Thank you so much, David.
My pleasure.
Thanks a lot, David. Appreciate it. And I will continue to say, if you're interested, you could add your questions to the Q&A section. Thanks for those who are already doing that. And we've unlocked the reports on these companies. So if you want to go and learn more, we dropped the links in the chat. Feel free to go learn more about our analysis on these companies before deciding to invest or not. Last up, we have Annette from Nuudii Systems.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm going to jump right in and try to be time sensitive here. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, if everybody can see and hear me, I'll start. I'm Annette, the founder and CEO of Nuudii System, where we solve problems.
I don't do bras. And I don't like the way it fits. I can't not wear a bra. Do you see these? I hate bras, I hate bras, I hate bras. I'm uncomfortable. Like, I don't recognize myself.
Nuudii is boobwear for women who hate bras, but don't want to go braless. It's a huge problem. Women are forced to wear bras, yet they hate them. Kind of incredible when you think about how large this industry is. And why do we hate them? For those of you who don't wear bras, is fit is a huge problem. The way that it's constructed You want to rip it off your body as soon as you get it on. It is super uncomfortable. It is complicated because every bra doesn't fit with every piece of clothing. So that also means it's super expensive because you have to buy lots of bras for lots of different things. And actually, some bras don't work for any clothing that you find. But one of the things that I find is the most egregious in the bra market is it really has given us a negative body image. For the last 100 years, since the beginning of the bra industry, we have been reshaped. In the 20s, we were flattened. In the 40s, we were made into bullets. And in the 70s, when the Wonder Bra came around, and it was here for a really long time, it basically said that we needed to be bigger and higher. And, they shaped us for many, many years. And still today, we are being shaped by the bra industry. The question is, why can't we be ourselves? In walks Nuudii System. Nuudii System is a boobwear brand that uses advanced technology and patented design to create grab and go lifestyle products. So Nuudii is not a bra. Let's just be clear about that. Nuudii is a solution-based products, and this is our core product, which is the T system, which is where we launched. There are 12 different ways of wearing that can address many different outfits and also different lifestyle activities. You can sleep in a Nuudii, do yoga, go to work, go out on a date, and even go to your wedding in the same product. It is about making women's lives easier. And more importantly, they can embrace and reclaim their shape, which bras, bralettes, and sports bras do not do. This is the market. The bra and the sports bra market is infused. Actually, as of COVID, women are wearing sports bras as bras because they think it's more comfortable, etc. But Nuudii is really taking a portion of both of those markets. And it's projected that it's going to be a $100 billion market in the next few years. We've just begun to scratch the surface of owning that. Our brand creates products that fall in that in-between space. And up till now, very little innovation has been done to solve the problems that we face within an industry that is huge. This is an opportunity for us. As I mentioned before, Nuudii is a patented product. We actually hold 4 patents. The first one being the T system, which is right now the only system which we are wholesaler, which has the most versatility. Supremely comfort, which is comfort is key. The generations now have actually grown up with comfort being most important, not like the older generations. So we are never going to go back to being uncomfortable. This is our traction. We actually, it took 5 years of development. This has never been done before. Okay, this is not made in a bra factory. It's not made out of the same fabrics. It's really different. We launched the brand in 2019 on Kickstarter because we really wanted to be in front of an audience that was primed for newness. We sold almost $1 million within the first few months of being on Kickstarter and then Indiegogo, and then we shipped our products to over 40 different countries, which was a huge qualifier that we were onto something. Shortly after fulfilling those orders, we opened up our website, which serendipitously, it was during COVID when women were in front of their computers and they also wanted to be in supreme comfort and they ditched their bras. So we had another year of being, just incredible traction out the gate. Since we launched, we've worked on a lot of development and have launched 19 new products and have sold over 100 to 100,000 customers around the world and hundreds and thousands of Nuudiis. And we are close to now $7 million in sales. Social presence, so important. We have over 250K in followers and have had over 50 million views. Eyes are important across all social platforms. We actually went viral last year on TikTok. is an important platform for us. My team and myself are all of our own influencers. We do not use any money for outside influencers. We went viral, and it basically catapulted our company to new heights last year. And we are continuing to do that, and we're continuing to see where those eyes on us actually convert into sales. Super important. So we came up with this packaging because, number one, Nuudii does not need to be tried on. It all goes back to the fabrication and the design. So we created this grab and go packaging because we knew that we would have a unique channels of distributions where bras, sports bras, and bralettes cannot land. First and foremost, we have also developed vending machines that we would like to distribute Nuudii in malls, airports. We've already had those discussions in play, in college campuses, etc. Okay. The outside of those vending machines also become advertising opportunities. As you could see from the video before, Nuudii is something that is experiential, so it really comes alive on video. So those vending machines will have video on the outside, and then you can actually pick up your Nuudii, or you could also order it online and pick it up in the mall or the college campus, etc. Also, this opens up opportunities to wholesale opportunities like gyms, beauty retailers, hotels, resorts, and spas, any of the travel things. This is great for travel. And then once we have a broader brand awareness, then we will tackle the general merchandise stores. So huge opportunity and uber exciting. So how do we keep our competitors at bay? And basically our competitors are bras, sports bras, and bralettes. So we have defensible IP, and I like to say defensible because we've had to defend it already against Urban Outfitters. So we already have 4 approved patents, and we have 2 patents pending. We are also working on new styles, which we will be applying for patents as well. We have approved trademarks both domestically and also internationally. We have copywritten our tagline, the option between bra and braless. That is the space which Nuudii owns. We have the 7 years of design and development. This is not easily to replicate. This manufacturing process has never been done before. So that's why it took us a long time to actually do the development. The manufacturing model that we have is also very unusual. So it allows us to quickly pivot. We don't have to hold tons of stock at any one time. So it actually gives us a great, healthy cash flow. Our unique
30 seconds in it.
Okay, as our unique packaging, as we mentioned before, our strong brand culture. Again, we've got a cult following, and it really is the first of its kind. Here's our sales growth. We are basically seeing pretty much 200% year-over-year growth in the past, and that's what we're projecting in the future. And that's it. We're on WeFunder. We are closing in October, and we hope that this is our last raise.
Thank you very much,
Wonderful.
Annette.
Thank you so much.
We have a couple of very good questions in the chat, and one is about your unit economics. Can you tell us, what is your margin, what is your return rate, and how does that compare to the industry?
Yeah, I love those questions. So our margins are really strong. They average 75%. And that's at D2C, but B2B, that is 35%. So it's still strong in the B2B, though that's a very small part of our business right now. Let's just talk about return rate. I've worked in this industry of fashion for 25 years. I've never seen return rates like this. Okay, bras are most difficult. The average return rate of bras is 37%. For the last 3.5 years that we've been online, have been below 5%. And it goes back to how Nuudii is made, the fabrication, and the design. So our 10 Nuudii sizes actually equal 45 bra sizes. And it's an easier fit. Because we could not go into vending machines and thinking about things like that if that was not tackled. It wouldn't make sense.
That's incredible. Another question. Well, you went viral on TikTok. You've had a very impressive revenue growth, honestly, one of the fastest we've seen recently. I think 136%, 2022 to 2023. You were even profitable last year. So, what is your growth strategy from here? What is your long-term vision from the company? And what are you going to do to actually grow revenue again?
Yeah, so we're just scratching the surface of this huge market, right? If you think about every woman wears something on their body as the first layer, so it's huge. But we are committed to development, and we always have a why behind our development. We don't just develop just to have a huge SKU base, because that does not make a profitable company. I know that firsthand. Okay, so we really want to keep very, very tight with our SKU base. So we create products that actually is, again, solving another problem or solution. So that's one thing. The other thing is then we plan to go more into wholesale as a part of our brand awareness, really, because the margins aren't as good. But in order to grow our e-commerce, which is really the main part of commerce, we need to have the brand awareness.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Annette.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. Thank you all for all of your wonderful presentations today. As the next step, what we're going to do is we are going to put out a survey here to vote on a winner of today's pitch event. And in the meantime, I'm going to bring back Leah and Teddy to just discuss a little bit about some of the things they heard on today's pitches, some of the things they liked, some of the things they didn't like, or that they feel there's opportunity within. So with that, Leah, Teddy, give me your thoughts. What did you enjoy hearing? What is some of the analysis you took away from it? Oh, Teddy, you're on now.
Hey, sorry. Yeah, so it's three excellent pitches in three very different spaces, which is always great. One of the things I always like hearing in pitches, or if they're not in the pitches, asking later, is really kind of digging in to some of the financials, the margins, which Leah just did as well. I think in some of these quicker type of pitch events, you don't always get to hear like some of the financial metrics and growth strategies and how you're going to increase margins as you scale and everything. So it's always something I encourage founders to really like include in their pitches. In the equity crowdfunding space, that's sometimes missing, given it's retail investors, and maybe they're not digging into that as much, but it is something I think they'll care about. So yeah, this is great.
Terrific. How about you, Leah?
One thing that FLab reminded me of is that we all like a good story. And I feel like, the pitches were really able to tell the stories of that company. Circuit City, which is such a different type of company, it's a different type of deal, right? Because it's a Reg D, it's only for accredited investors. Was really able to kind of bring us into that e-commerce electronic sales, which we all know as customers, but we don't always know as investors. FLab had just had, this is their job to tell a story, right? So they were really able to transport us into their success. And I feel like Annette with Nuudii System was able to probably make the boobware problem be felt by even the people that are not concerned by that problem. So really loved how she kind of shared what is the issue, what is her solution, and why is her solution so different, because there's so many competitors in the space. You really need to differentiate, and with the patents and just the new technology, the new manufacturing capabilities, that's really a way that they differentiate it. So I was really impressed by all of the pitches today.
Yeah, for me, I'm always looking at, what are the things that stick out most to me that are going to compel me over the line to say, okay, this is something I want to invest in. And first off, just want to mention everyone, Nuudii Systems is actually a KingsCrowd capital investment from Q2. So we're really excited to have her part of our portfolio. But, for Nuudii Systems, the thing that stuck out to me, right, it's just the level of growth. It's like, you might not understand the problem. It doesn't matter. You just look at the numbers and you go, holy cow, they're really building something here. And the fact that they were able to do it profitably last year is really, really impressive, especially being, a packaged manufactured good, which sometimes can be hard to do. Elf Labs, you just look at the number of years they put into making sure they have defensible IP and a technology platform that really works. And then Circuit City, what a fascinating story, right? A brand that we all knew and loved, was one of the biggest companies in the world back in the 90s, and now to be reviving it and have hundreds of millions of dollars in sales to date. Really, really impressive. But that defensible moat, from my perspective, the thing that stands out is just a world-class brand, right, that we all kind of know and already love. So each one of these, I think, really came with something very unique to the table, and really impactful. So congrats to all of you on your success to date. As I already mentioned, go and check out their offering pages. Use the KingsCrowd research. We've unlocked all of their pages for today to go and learn more about each one of these businesses. And I saw some questions in the Q&As about, what are your close dates? How much are you raising? How much have you raised? All of that can be answered on KingsCrowd. So go and check out kind of the analysis pages that we have for each one of these businesses to learn more. And mention for Circuit City, if you're interested and can invest right now, write in. Let us know that you want to invest in Circuit City so we can open that opportunity in the future. But really appreciate all of you for joining us today. Thank you so much for your questions and your engagement in this conversation with each one of these founders. And thank you to our partner, Atlas Road. So with that, I'm going to announce our winner, which is Elf Labs. David, congratulations and wonderful job to all of you here today.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. It was a lot of fun. So I really do appreciate that, everybody who voted.
Terrific. Well, thank you again all for joining us today. Be sure to join us in Q3 for our next demo day, and have a wonderful rest of your summer. Thank you, everyone, and have a great day. Bye now.